Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To some of y'all, and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. Gentlemen, listen, this is important. In the tent in which I was in Hajj, I told y'all on the last upload about the dude from Mali and brother. He wasn't that warm and black solidarity and all that, and I get it. But there was another guy in the tent. He's actually from Jedda, where I am now. And he studies in Arizona during the school year. But you know, school year's over now. So he's back visiting home for the summer. And he got Hajj done this year. In the tent, we were chopping it up, and this man straight up said to me, in no uncertain terms, this man said that he was aware of, you know, the Western women and how bad they were. He said, you know, I've had my fair share. I even said to him, what did you just say? And he was like, nothing. I was like, no, bro, no. What did you just say? I said they've got crazy hair. And he busts out laughing. I get it. He's not supposed to confess his sins. I'll give him that. He really shouldn't. I just don't feel for Guk. So in any case, let me tell y'all the rest. Let me tell y'all what else happened. There was a discussion between a lot of us in here about feminism and Nasawiyah. And I said to these gentlemen, look, it's important that we strategize against this. And I'm not saying this out of hatred. This is Hajj. This is not the time for hatred. I'm saying this because what you guys must understand is that it is a war. This is not just a conflict between genders because they want money and we want the booty. It's not just that. It's a war because whatever it is that you don't want, they think you should go through to pay the price. And whatever it is that you want, they think they should withhold from you so that you pay the price. And some of them said, I've never heard of this kind of hatred. And I was like, that's because you don't live in an environment in which they hate you. They're not raised to hate you. You're not raised to hate them either. Where I live, we're not raised to hate them, but they are raised to hate us. And these are the women that your women are sitting up here following on social media when they come with this Nasawiyah stuff. One of them thought the Nasawiyah was a good thing. It just meant women's rights. I said to him, women's rights aren't the problem. You and I agree on that. Most of us agree because we love our mothers and grandmothers and daughters and granddaughters and sisters and aunts and nieces. We actually see things through their eyes. And in a traditional environment, they can see things through ours as well. What I'm telling you, sir, is that Nasawiyah, as it's actually practiced, what they actually mean by it is not just their rights. It is you not having any. That's how they feel about it. The Westerners on this Nasawiyah stuff are actually misandric. And that's a Greek term meaning that they don't like men. They dislike men. That's how far it's gotten. I told them, you know, in our age group, you and I ain't on TikTok and Twitter and all that. Get a Twitter account and start watching, start checking. I could tell you the hashtags you could use to find this stuff out. And man, there was a Palestinian living in the UK. That man said, I better check it out. And I said to him, you got daughters? And he told me, yeah. And I said to him, you're going to have to tell your daughters that they can have social media as long as you're allowed to know the account and you can follow them. And the minute they have something, you find out that they got any social media account that they did not disclose to you so that you could follow them, you take the phone and the computer away. When their friends call them, you answer screen and hand the phone to them. What if they refuse? Then you hit her on the butt and take the phone by force and tell her she don't like it. She can go into the government services program. She can stay with them and see how it goes, because she's going to be in a group home with people that don't love her. She's just a number to them. She's your daughter. You love her and you'll do right by her. They won't. They just try to, you know, feed her, clothe her so that they don't completely neglect her because it's against the law. That's what you tell them. You pay the bills, you run the show. She wants to do everything her way, she can pay all the bills. Then it's her show. She'll still come back to you afterwards. Believe that. We chopped it up. Gentlemen, you must understand that when you meet these exchange students where you live, it is important, instead of having this ADOS, I'm better than you, you ain't even black type attitude with some of these cats. It's actually better if we say to them, when they come from traditional environments, be it traditional parts of Latin America, where the word for feminism is feminismo or feminisma, either one of the two, I'm not sure. Or whether they come from these traditional parts of the world here, where you think they automatically look down on black people because they're light brown, which is not true. It's actually better to meet with them and chop it up and tell them this is what needs to be done. Sure, they have their rights. They also have their responsibilities. They meet one, they get the other. They take their rights, they will meet their responsibilities because they'll be forced to. They meet their responsibilities, they will get their rights because they'll be given them. But ain't no give without taking on their part hours. And that they need to show that they're not going to be little thought rockets popping their little thought pockets as soon as your back is turned. No social media accounts about which they don't know. Not allowed. Sorry. Ain't gonna happen. Now, when a lady tries to run from this country here, and they're now allowed to travel by themselves, but when they tried to run from this country here, and they would get back, wasn't no phones, none of that. Ain't no phones for them. Question is, did they get married? Well, if they did, their husbands never gave them phones. That's what happened here. See, this nation wound up getting that part right. Except for one thing. Don't request them. If they leave, don't request them. Cancel the citizenship and put them in exile. They can never come back, not even for Hajj. Until they come with a man. They can't come back even for Hajj. Nope. Give them a week. 7 days from the time it's discovered that they're gone. 7 days to come back on their own. No trouble. But if they don't, within the 7 days, that's it. They cannot come back. Except for Hajj with a husband. That's got to be a husband too. Not no son. Not no no, a husband. If they come back without a husband, they come back with any other male, even a son, then let them complete it. And when they go to the airport to leave again, nab them up. And then put them in prison for coming back after that. That's really what you do. No, you're not in prison because you exist. You're not in prison because you left. You're in prison because you came back under illegal conditions. You're now in this country illegally. That's why. You went through all this to leave and escape. No. That's what Saudi should have done. You stay out there in them streets. As a matter of fact, we will release you. But we taking everything you got. All of your wealth in whatever country you live in, you're going to have to go ahead and withdraw it from these accounts right now and hand it over to us. We're going to clear your balance out. Then you can go back. We're keeping all your money. And we're going to give it to some poor dude that can't get married. And he's young. You know, some poor, hot and bothered 18-year-old can't afford to get married. We're going to get that to him to pay the dowry. Or we're going to use it to pay his dowry so he can get married. Just because you don't like it. Because he ain't no little thought rocket like you. That's what we do. That's the best thing to do. We need to make this understood to these gentlemen that it's actually better to talk to them, to strategize, let them know how bad it really is. I had to tell this man right here, if you know what it is and understand that while you're here visiting and when you come back permanently after you graduate, you must tell men what it is. And we're going to have to strategize about this. Because I understand some things that'll work. Some things I don't know if they'll work or not. But I do know exactly certain things that will fail. Absolutely certain things that'll fail. One of the things that's going to have to be done is that men are going to have to stop approaching women in this country if the women hold all the power in the cards. Don't approach women that got more power than you. Don't do it. Not because you're weak, but because they don't know how to handle it when they have that kind of power. Thanks for listening. Black heart, black mind, blackout, assalamu alaikum, and black heterosexual non-select male power because they don't like it, and black patriarchy till extinction of judgment day.